We are back once again with a vidIQ Friday Feeling live stream. Hello to everybody who was previously in the chat for that little sneak peek, 2 minutes. If you want to be there for next week, make sure you join the live stream before it actually goes out to the public. And I don't know, maybe I'll have a quick 10-minute session with people beforehand in the future. Do let me know in the comments. Anyway, before we kick off this live stream, I want all of you to say hello in the chat, introduce yourselves. And 2 things I would like you to do is tell me where you are in the world and what time it is. I'm interested to know who's in the most far-flung location and what ridiculous time you are up in the middle of the morning watching this live stream. So lots of people already jumping in here. Hello to you, Dustin Vang, HD Gamer, 2 of the moderators here. Thank you very much for that. I have to set up some sort of official way to thank you in the future, but for now, thank you. Tom Tech, hello to you. Kitchen Confidence, Bosna Zapadna. Do let me know if I ever pronounce that right. Kids vs. Dad Gaming, Top Trav, Kitchen Confidence, I may have said that already. Beirut 00, the Doberman Guy, NitroArtVideo.com. Hello from you, and you said you wanted a channel audit, and I will try and remember to do that for you at the end of this live stream. Zach Tech Reviews, the Endeavoring Family, Shifting Gear. Hello to all of you. So where are you all from? Minneapolis for Extra Sessions Media, 1 p.m. there. So a nice, easy lunchtime live stream for you. The Endeavoring Family, it's 4 a.m. for you in South Korea. That's pretty good going. Top trumps, thumbs up to you. That's dedication to vidIQ there. Shifting Gear in Philadelphia also, 2 p.m. Tom Tech, the Netherlands, 8 p.m. there. Hello to you. We are heading to the Netherlands in a couple of months for VidCon Europe, so if you can make it, please do. PNW Granny, hi from Washington State. You are just south of the border. I am in Vancouver in BC, so we could almost shout at each other. And finally, the weather here is at least sunny to a point. It's not raining, which is brilliant. So there we are, Washington State. Who else have we got? B-Man Entertainment, hello to you too. The Chaotic Raven from the United Kingdom, 7 p.m. There, hello. That's obviously where I'm originally from. Where are you from in the UK? I would like to know. Christopher Duxbury, I hope you've pronounced your first name correctly there. Living in Calgary, Alberta. How cold is it there at the moment? Obviously, Vancouver is a little protected from the Canadian winter. It's usually freezing whenever I check the weather there. Extra Sessions Media, South Korea as well. Wow, you're moving there in spring. And look at this. Now, this is fantastic, and I really do appreciate it. Bosna Zapadna has done the first ever vidIQ Super Chat. Now, I've just turned this on because we wanted to do Super Chats to other people, and we kind of enabled it on our first one. And I'm not really promoting this at the moment. I don't necessarily want you to be contributing all sorts of Super Chats. If you want to, that's fantastic. But here at vidIQ, we're not here to try and earn an income from Super Chat. But that's what you see there. It appears as a highlighted message, and I best read it out before it goes off screen, and I really do appreciate this Super Chat. This is for luck because you finally activated Super Chat, and you can call me West Bosnia. So there we are. That makes it much easier for me trying to pronounce your surname, Bosnia. So West Bosnia, 8 p.m. there, and that's a Super Chat. I'm not encouraging you to do it right now. I'll try and formulate a better way of using Super Chat in the future, but that's the power of it, that I've noticed it, and now West Bosnia's got lots of freebie coverage. Well, not freebie because it cost him 5 BAM, whatever currency that is. It's obviously not the euro. Do let me know. But there we are. That's the power of a Super Chat, and it really is effective. So a lot of people here from all over the world. South Korea seems to be the most, I would say, inhospitable time for doing a live stream here, but really do appreciate you joining in on a live stream. And we've got 30 people in here right now, which is fantastic. So yeah, We're going to follow a similar routine as to what we did in the previous live streams. I'm still perfecting this, doing tests here and there. You're probably going to notice some different things in this live stream. What I hope I've done is I've improved the internet speed when we're looking at web pages. So that should mean that I can do some channel audits quicker and more efficiently this time, which is a really good thing. And I've also made a couple of studio improvements as well. So really looking forward to kind of showing you them. And that's what I'm going to look at briefly in the next part of the live stream. We're also going to look at a couple of YouTube news stories here. And yeah, that's something that we're going to focus on. 3 news stories that I want to focus on. Not necessarily all to do with YouTube demonetization and YPP at this time. So hopefully that should take us through the hour when we can go and have some lunch. But the next question I want to ask to you guys is this. What's your Friday feeling this week? Let me know if you're looking forward to the weekend or whether you're working, if you're going to be working on any videos. What do you think you're going to be doing for this weekend Friday feeling? And I'll give you a little insight into my Friday feeling. I'm potentially looking forward to going out and buying a new car this weekend. I currently drive a Jeep Patriot, which is getting a little old, but it has served us well for the last 3 years. And we're thinking of buying a Kia Sorento. I'm looking to get the 6-cylinder one, which has a bit more oomph in it, a bit more power. And they seem to be cheaper than all the other similar SUVs, like the Honda CVR. So yeah, we're going to go car hunting this weekend. Hopefully we find what I'm looking for. So what are you up for? Pair of Dice Paradise, feeling inspired. Published 4 videos this week. Well done. Monday, Wednesday, 2 on Wednesday, 1 today. Maybe you want to put the one of those Wednesday publishers onto Thursday or Tuesday so that you're getting a bit more consistency. Allow your subscribers to see the video for 24 hours before bringing out a new one that can kind of interrupt. I know this live stream kind of does that for the video we did this morning, and I need to think about that as well, maybe change the publications dates, but good for you. Halloween Charlie hit 1.8 views, and I normally get 50 views. Wow, so was that almost 2,000 views on a single video where you normally get 50? Brilliant stuff there. There's your shout out, Halloween Charlie. Fantastic news for you. Kitchen Confidence, it's video shoot edit day and house maintenance weekend. The social media hustle after. Yep, that's usually what I do in the morning, checking through Twitter, answering hundreds of comments that we get on the channel, which is continuing to grow day by day, which is brilliant. What else have we got here? MMP Cody sitting on the couch, catching up on some TV. What TV are you watching? This week, I caught up on Coronation Street. Yes, I'm from the UK. It's a soap opera, and I've got addicted to it ever since I turned a certain age. So yes, that probably tells you that I'm getting older. Shifting gear, today I'm feeling good. I just released my latest video about an hour ago. I'm filming my next one this weekend, and the Royal Rumble is on, so I get to let my inner wrestling nerd this weekend. Yes, I have been following wrestling for about 25 years, and I'm a big fan of old school wrestling, and I kind of follow new wrestling a little bit as an embarrassing aside. Who do you think is going to win this weekend? There's rumours that Dolph Ziggler might win it, or Shinsuke Nakamura, but I kind of think it might be one of the old guard, maybe John Cena, or well, that would give him a title shot at WrestleMania, so maybe not John Cena. In fact, I don't know. That would bring me Braun Strowman, perhaps, although he's wrestling in the championship match. You see how nerdy I'm going here? Probably only relevant to me in Shifting Gear. But yeah, I am a closet WWF fan, not a WWE fan. HD Gamer is happy because I added you as a mod. Yes, thank you very much, you, Extra Sessions Media, and Dustin Vang, for being the moderators here. Really do appreciate that. And what else have we got here? Kitchen Confidence, my dream job is a professional wrestler, but I'm too old for that. Yeah, I'm going to show you another nerdy thing here. I'll be back in 1 second. This will show you how geeky I am and old I am. I bought one of the old school wrestling belts just because I have disposable income now and I can spend it on stupid stuff like this. But this is the old one from the 1980s. So yeah, if you ever want to talk wrestling, I'm happy to discuss that. What else have we got here? Phil Mitchell, with the money vidIQ expects you to give, just actually help you your video. It should be called. Not sure what you're saying. Okay, someone can moderate that if they want to. Tom Tech, I'm having a driving lesson tomorrow, not a drinking lesson. That would be a terrible idea, putting drinking and driving together. So I'm looking forward to my weekend. How close are you to taking your test, Tom? How's it going? Are you driving an automatic or a manual? In the UK, the majority of cars are manual, but I haven't driven a manual now for 3 or 4 years, and I don't even be able to get used to it again. What else have we got here? Okay, well, the last thing on WWE here, I heard Roman Reigns might win again. Let's hope not. Philly will boo him out of the building again. Yeah, I do agree with that. He can't win again. It would be such a bad PR stunt, I think. But WWE do that all the time. Let's see. Dank Fug. I'm going to make 2 videos this weekend. Hopefully it will do well. Tom Tech is on his 7th driving lesson, so he's not even close yet. But we all wish you the best of luck. Hopefully maybe you're doing your theory test soon. Halloween Charlie is watching Black Mirror and The Walking Dead. I continue to tell everyone that I enjoyed Walking Dead up to season 7. Then it got really boring and I gave up. So now I'm just on Better Call Saul, and Game of Thrones is a bit patchy as well in the final episodes. What else do we have here? Sorry, another WWE reference. Anuska better win the first first female Royal Rumble. I've pronounced her name wrong there. I do apologise. But yeah, the first female Royal Rumble is taking place as well. Is that going to be an hour as well as a men's one? Wow. What else do we have here? Sabi BGTV, I followed your advice and did 200,000 views in 5 days. Boom. Fantastic work. That's brilliant to hear. Just as a side question, how does that compare to your previous views? Like, what were you getting before? So we like a good comparison of how much you've grown since using vidIQ. That would be brilliant to know. Hello to you, Alex Alion. Tech Tom, as much as I hate theory, I have to do it. Yeah, unfortunately, everyone has to do it. I astonishingly failed my theory test the first time because I was treating it a bit like a computer game, trying to judge when I would get the most points, rather than treating it as a driving simulation. Like, I could see a girl on a bike cycling towards the road, and I'm thinking, I know that's going to be a hazard, but when is the computer going to decide that it's a hazard and give me the maximum points? And I think because of the way I was judging it that way, that's why I failed the first time, but fortunately I didn't fail the next time. I think I've been driving for about 10 years now. Fingers crossed, no accidents yet. Hello, Technical from India. Hello to you. Sabi BG got 3,000 subscribers in a week. That's brilliant to hear. Hello, Top 10 RJTV. So a couple of you joining a bit little late, but thank you very much for joining the live stream. I really do appreciate it. Mobile Hokam, hi, good night. Hello to you. I hope you're not just saying hello and then good night, goodbye. Please do stay around for a bit. Don't worry, Top 10. You're always welcome in the live stream. And I'm sorry, we seem to be on the WWF theme here, but Kitchen Confidence, I met McFillan and got his book signed. He's my wrestling hero. I've read a couple of his books and enjoyed them. If you do want to read some really good WWE books about the 1990s, try it's Titan Shattered, Titan Shrinking, I think, and Titan something else by James Dixon. I was absolutely hooked on them. Really good chronological reviews of the mid-90s from like when they were struggling to 1997 when they really took off. And I'm going to try and stop doing WWE stuff because this is about YouTube more generally. And there we are. PNW Granny, I have a small channel that usually gets 40 to 60 views, but I had one particular one that has 34,000 as of today. Another big success story there. Fantastic. That is wonderful to hear and excellent. Sabi BG is asking, are you doing some channel reviews here? I'm probably going to do some at the end of this video, but what's going to happen long term is I think I'm going to have a dedicated live stream where we just do channel audits. Again, I'm still playing about with the technical issues on the live stream. and I'm going to test them out later on in this video, in this live stream. Anyway, some brilliant, kitchen confidence. We've gone off topic now. We're not talking about WWE. I've heard of some brilliant news stories there that you've got, brilliant success stories. Here's my success story from the week. I decided to have a little bit of a rearrange of the studio, and I think it's worked out because I've given myself more room. Now, something really weird is going to happen here. I have an electrical stand-up desk. It's currently in its sat-down position. You can see the seat behind me. But what's going to happen is I'm going to press a button, and you're going to slowly see me disappear like this. It's still going. It's still going. It's gone. I've disappeared. So yeah, this is a stand-up desk, and I wanted to try and rearrange things. I really do love having a stand-up desk because it means that I can, I'm not sat down all the time. I can, when I work from home in an office, I need to keep my body moving and make sure I get exercise. So the stand-up desk really helps. Yes, it's like a slow elevator, kitchen confidence. So I'm just going to pick up the camera here. Hopefully it doesn't cause too much of an issue, but I can give you a brief view of the stand-up desk. So we have some buttons here which allow me to change the height and things. And as you can see now, it's well up from the floor. But what I've basically done is there used to be, that's a Nerf gun down there. There used to be a big desk here which really restricted how I would use this green screen, which obviously you can see is causing chaos here with the live stream. But that table that was there is now over here. So I've moved it to a different corner. So I'm going to slowly pan around to the green screen now. So it just gives me a lot more room in this fairly small space that I have to use. A lot of people always have comments about my green screen not working properly. So in an attempt to fix that, that's one of the things that I've done this week. So that's my success story. But obviously there's more success stories that I want to hear from you. And now I can see just above my head the green screen's not working properly. So another thing that I'm able to use now is this big work light, which can shine a massive light on the green screen, which hopefully improves it. So I'm going to try that now. So I'm hoping you're sort of seeing this all as potential YouTube tips if you do work in front of a camera. Anyway, we're gonna turn this on. This will probably blind you. Oh, and as you can see, it makes a mess of a green screen now, which isn't working. But as soon as I hopefully put that on the floor and shine it up to the back, yeah, it's gone. The green screen issue's there. So that's my success story from the week. And if you can take any tips from that in using a green screen, which can be a bit of a nightmare to use, then by all means do take them on board. One last thing, because I'm standing up now, the floor can hurt, so I've got a stand-up mat which I have to put down, anti-fatigue mat. So there we are. That's some small insights into my working environment when I'm working here on vidIQ videos. Okay, let's do a bit more chat before we move into the next section of the live stream. What do we have here? Tollywood Chick, hello to you. Pineapple 287, I'd like a channel. I'm currently moving the channel around and playing with the content, so don't judge me too much. So you're asking for a channel review. We're going to do some of them at the end of the live stream. Nice to see continual improvements you've been making to vidIQ vids. So absolutely pair of dice. And what I'm doing there is practicing what I preach, where I'm always telling people to try different things and experiment. The worst that can happen is that you realize that something that you're trying doesn't work, and then you can try and experiment with something else. But just doing the same thing over and over again isn't necessarily the solution. So yeah, always broadening your horizons, being on the edge of that comfort zone. I think I recently got a fridge magnet which says something along the lines of, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And that is true to a certain in certain respects. Yes, if you want to have a comfortable life, fine. But if you want to challenge yourself and push yourself, much like the YouTube partner program changes are forcing us to maybe push ourselves and hustle even more on YouTube. Yeah, certainly that's something that I try and do as much as I can. What else do we have here? I can't even pronounce your name. SDE Sick. New user on vidIQ. Great plugin. Having a blast with SEO at the moment. Yep. Good stuff there. Thank you for joining vidIQ. I hope you're enjoying the tools, and check out all the videos here on vidIQ for many tips on how to use the tools. There we are. The Kitchen Confidence policy changes help me push harder on social media to get my reach out there and engage in the community much more than I was before. Brilliant attitude, and hoping trying to reach out beyond YouTube is helping you out there. The Doberman guy, I have 137 subs and I respect them as if they were 137,000 subscribers. Absolutely. Think of it in this context. 137 people will fill a room. Imagine speaking to them live. How daunting would that be? Well, you do that in effect every day and you have a potential audience of billions. So good attitude to have there. Most viewed video is 33,000, but the rest is a lot less. Okay, well, my advice is look at that video. Why was it so successful? Maybe double down on that subject. Do more content if you possibly can, if you are able to do that. Tom Tech, no singing this week. I can't remember what I did last week, but yeah, I've already embarrassed myself with the WWE belt. That's my embarrassing moment of the live stream this week. HD Gamer, which football or soccer team do you support? I can answer that with a pillow. Isn't this fantastic live stream when there's nobody in front of camera? But I support this team right here, Huddersfield Town. The first time they've reached the Premier League this year. It's a struggle. I'm not sure if we're going to survive, but to get there at all was a dream for us. So that's the football/soccer team I support. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some news stories from this week. 3 stories that I want to focus on, and what we're going to do now is try and practice using the faster web pages. And in order to do that, so a bit of help for you if you're doing a live stream, is I've learned that putting a webcam on at the same time as having internet pages overlap just completely destroys the bandwidth. So what I'm going to do is bring in, if I can find it, let's see, bring in my browser. So hopefully you can see my browser now. And I'm going to turn off my live stream and chat. So if I turn off my browser, you don't see anything. But if I have the just the browser running, it should run nice and fast, as you can see. Now I'm just going to check back on the chat to make sure that we haven't done anything drastically wrong there. It looks as if everything's working and nobody's complaining that they're seeing a dead screen. So yeah, just a simple switch between turning off the live stream webcam and turning on that. Right, okay. So here are the news stories that I wanted to focus on. This first one here is really quite interesting for me as a YouTuber and who's been in the YouTube world for about 5 years now. 6 years, actually. Yeah, I've been making videos for 6 years. I used to have a tech channel and I would always be contacted. Still have a tech channel, but I don't have time to work on it at the moment. I would always be sent products for review and stuff. And at the same time, I may contact channels to review products. Well, a certain blogger by the name of Ellie Darby tried to contact this hotel asking for a free night stay in a Dublin hotel in exchange for covering them on their blogs. A bit of free publicity, I guess, in effect. She has about 100,000 subscribers and Instagram followers, but this hotel has a reputation for not treating what you might call social media influencers very well. And they basically exposed her, and now they're selling their own merchandise, such as I demanded freebies at the White Moose Cafe, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. So they're now profiting off it in a sense. And they even did like this mock news conference, which yeah, just looks a little ridiculous. I mean, you can look at the news story if you want in more detail, but this raised an interesting question for me about the divide between what is now a social media and like maybe an older traditional attitude of you don't get stuff for free, you work hard for it. And these social media influencers who have the power to make or break tech products or destroy the reputation of a hotel, not in this situation. It's kind of worked well for both sides, but obviously the hotel is very negatively responding to what they consider freeloaders. But the point of view from people who are on YouTube would be quite different in that this is in the modern world now. If you want to get publicity from someone with lots of influence for relatively low cost, like you're not actually really paying these influencers, you might just be giving them free stuff. What side of the fence do you sit on? And I'm going to go back to the comments in a second. But here's the interesting thing for both parties. This hotel has got 300,000 views from this video. They've had this story blow up on certain news websites. The Daily Mail, for example, in the UK, have covered this a lot. They also have a lot of followers themselves. But also for the YouTuber themselves, this Ellie Darby, this was the video here, which was where she was talking about how the hotel had exposed her, to a sense. 2.5 million views compared to usually she'd get tens of thousands of views. And if you look at one of the videos in particular, this one, and we look at the vidIQ channel stats here, her channel has increased by 300%, mainly from this single video, and her sub count has increased by 75% as well. So the question is, are there any winners? Are there any losers on that particular question? It's an interesting one. It's like this YouTuber has got some bad rap from it, but at the same time, her channel has really benefited from that and really got quite a lot of exposure there. And did she do anything wrong in this new world of media influencers contacting companies for free stuff? Yeah, Extra Sessions Media, both have won in the long term. And stuff. Any of us? Law controversy really helped, Dustin Vang says. Kid versus Dad Gaming, both winners surely. Yeah, so a lot. So it's almost as if they could have manufactured this story for the benefit of both parties. So I find it interesting as a YouTuber myself, and I posted on. Now we're going to load up a new page here, so let's see if this works. I'm going to go to my. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it is working faster. That's good. I posted a vote here asking what it takes to be a social media influencer on our community tab, and the majority of you thought that you need 100,000 to 1 million followers or subscribers to be considered a social media influencer. But there was many different opinions on this. It could depend on what niche you're in, and somebody said the really interesting thing that they don't care how many they've influenced 2 or 3 people, change their lives, and that's all that matters to them. And I thought that was a really good response as well. So yeah, an interesting clash between the old and the new there, I thought, in terms of this new world of do you call a YouTuber a celebrity? It's a difficult area that I still don't think has been clarified yet. PNW Granny there asking, you never know if you don't ask. She was only inquiring, no harm, no foul. And I agree with that. I mean, it was a private email and then it got disseminated out into the public. So yeah, there's a questionnaire of privacy. Dustin Vang, it's a huge thing within the community that will cause people shock value. Absolutely. Yeah. interesting things there. HD Gamer's asking, why did the stream go offline there? It wouldn't have gone offline. I'm doing transitions here. So I'm quickly switching between things, and occasionally you may get a black screen very briefly, but hopefully it shouldn't affect anything. So yeah, there's my thoughts. Next story then. Let's see what else we have on our news stories. Logan Paul here. This was covered obviously at the start of the year when he got into huge controversy because of the video he did in the suicide forest. He disappeared for a couple of weeks. His response is that he's going to be donating $1 million to suicide prevention organizations, and he did a video on his channel looking into the issue of suicide and interviewing somebody who jumped off the San Francisco bridge. Obviously a very different tone to his usual videos, but still had those very high production values. And I personally think that this is a good starting point for Logan Paul if he's going to, I guess, maybe reinvent himself in some way. I think this is a good start. A lot of people are saying, what's this over the long term? There's a few tweets here that Casey Neistat, this is hopefully part of a true effort to move from sensationalist content, and the same from Boogie2988. If you see this can't be a one video thing, not a 1 month thing, not a 1 year thing. It's a change for the better for life. So I think there's a good response here, but still the general community is still awaiting to see what the long-term shift in content will be from Logan Paul, and it will be interesting to see it. But I would say I think that's a good start from Logan Paul, and he in one sense he recognizes that a mistake's been made and he's trying to address that. It did take a huge backlash in order for him to realize his mistake, but we'll just have to see. And it still does keep him in the limelight. We're talking about it here. So there is something of interest there. West Bosnia says, who is Logan Paul? I guess some people want to get rid of him. At the end of the day, even if it was bad content, it brought attention to a serious problem. Yeah, and that is an excellent point, and that's something I raised in a tweet I posted at the time. Like, let's not concentrate on the controversy itself. Let's concentrate on the issue that's at the heart of this, and I think that's the most important thing. And now hopefully Logan Paul is doing a good job to open this up to his 50 million subscribers. So yeah, we do wait and see there. The Doberman guy, on another news story, I saw someone stealing a Casey Neistat deleted video and getting a lot of subs and more than 230,000 views. These are the channels that YouTube should be banning and not the ones that are playing by the rules. Yeah, absolutely. That moves on to the demonetization point. I actually watched that video just before this live stream because Casey Neistat and Beam have parted company with CNN. Well, Casey Neistat's parted company with CNN, who still own Beam. He put a video up, deleted it, but somebody had obviously downloaded that video very quickly and then put it up on their own channel. As you say, 230,000 views. Completely not his content, copyrighted. That channel will probably be deleted, but in the short term, there may be some financial gain from that or exposure from that channel. So yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. Alex the Lion, I feel like if you're a social media influencer, you need to do the little things. If your channel is little, it could easily do a difference for your fans. Plain Apple 287, I think referring to Logan Paul, he's stupid, not mature, and just generally a show-off. Previously, yes. Will any of this change in his future videos? Will this situation make him grow up, I guess? Kitchen Confidence. Every action from a big name like him will be dissected and talked about in every which way. Hopefully some positivity will come out of this. True, honest change. Absolutely. Right. Next story. We're going back to YouTube demonetization. Yep. It's still here. It's still going on. and we are going to have a tool that's going to help all of you coming out next week. I'm really looking forward to showing it to you, just doing the final tweaks on it. But yeah, it's going to, I would say it's going to make you a little addicted to breaking through the monetization thresholds. But I'll have more on that next week. This week was a lot about your reactions to the demonetization. We've done a whole video on that. Do check it out. The biggest complaints seem to be that a lot of people met one criteria but not the other in terms of watch time. They might have over 4,000 hours of watch time, but nowhere near 1,000 subscribers. And that was really frustrating for some channels who were earning as much as $50 a month, and now they can't. I totally appreciate that. Other views were that larger channels were saying that this is a good thing, and maybe not considering the struggles and difficulties that the smaller channels have. I talked about the haves and the have-nots. And later on in the week, we looked at the topic of what you might lose as a YouTuber if you were monetized and then no longer monetized. There's a page here, and I've done a video earlier today about this, about the tools that you lose, a 60-second short vidIQ video. And the most interesting things to look at here, first of all, this section here. A lot of people were saying that they've been waiting to be monetized for about 2 or 3 months, and this is the answer to that. If you applied for the YouTube Partner Program in the past month, your application was being reviewed, and it's because of all these changes, and now they're going to be treated against the new eligibility requirements, and there's probably a huge backlog. So if you do meet the requirements still, and you did submit for monetization, you could still be waiting a couple of weeks, maybe even a month. We just don't know. This is probably going to be a huge backlog that YouTube needs to sort out. Another question that was being asked a lot was, what tools do you actually lose from YouTube if you're no longer going to be monetized? There was a big worry about that. And in my 60-second video, I sum all this up, but I'll go through it again in case you haven't seen that video. So video cards, they're not affected 90% of the way in terms of being able to use them. You can still use video cards in your videos. However, you will no longer be able to link to external websites. So if you were selling products on your channel and you had a verified linked website like we do at vidIQ, you'll no longer be able to use that if you don't meet the monetization requirements. And that will be the same with end screens as well. You can still use them at any point in your YouTube journey, but you can't link to external websites. However, YouTube recognize that this tool is distinctly different from monetizing your content, so they're going to be bringing up some new requirements, which we're going to find out soon, but we don't know what they are yet. The Creator Studio, looking at all your analytics, not affected. You can still use that. Custom URLs, that's not part of the partner program, but there are still some requirements, which are these ones right here. Have 100 subscribers, be at least 30 days old, uploaded a photo as channel icon, and have uploaded channel art. So a couple of things you may need to look at there if you want a custom URL, for example, youtube.com/vidIQ. What else do we have here? End screens we've already looked at. Live streaming. You don't need to be part of the partner program to live stream, but you do need to confirm that your channel is verified and that you don't have any strikes or restrictions in the last 90 days. Scheduling uploads, that's not affected by YPP. Custom thumbnails, I missed that early, up at the top here. You can do custom thumbnails regardless of YPP, but you need to verify your account by phone. So again, that's something that was separate from YPP. So in terms of YouTube tools, you're not really losing anything at all apart from external links. Everything else had different requirements anyway, so those shouldn't affect you on YouTube. And I'm hoping that if you did have any fears about losing tools on YouTube, that's not the case. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the demonetization thing. Another video I posted this week was the one about not wanting to quit YouTube. I'm trying to spread the sense of positivity and encouragement that money is not the be-all and end-all, and monetizing your content when your channel's that size should not be the focus. It should be providing a valuable service and message to your audience and building your audience, and then the monetization will just flow very easily when you least expect it. So yeah, Northern Exotics, I was so close. 8,500. I'm not sure what that was. Is that views? I'm just enjoying doing more live streams and better editing, working on better lighting. My watch time has increased massively. There you are. No thoughts of monetization, concentrating on the YouTube things, the lighting, the editing, live streams, and that's causing your channel to grow, which is brilliant. What else do we have here? Peter McKinnon's last video should be a must-watch for all creators. Thank you, Jay Malone. I'll probably go look at that next. Peter McKinnon is like a Casey Neistat 2.0. His video editing is sensational, and he just has a really laid-back, casual approach to his videos, and I wish I was able to do that, or just off the cuff on videos. Kitchen confidence. I think one thing that is that as creators we should help police the content when we see something that's clearly not right. Well, I think YouTube are employing, I can't remember the numbers here, but they're going to employ like 10,000 ambassadors or something to try and police YouTube. So hopefully they'll help us there. Steve W, sorry if I missed this, but has there been any word about whether affected creators will lose any revenue made by the 20th of February? So to try and clarify your answers here, Steve, you will not lose any revenue you've earned. Let's say you've earned $80 and it's in your AdSense account. The problem for you is it will be stuck there until you can reach $100 of AdSense revenue. And you won't be able to increase that until you're monetized again. So no, you won't lose any existing earnings, but it may take a while to get hold of them, if that makes sense. The Doberman guy, if discoverability and most important YPP features remain. So just to address that first point, this is something that Tim Schmoyer said. Monetization of your channel is in no way, shape or form connected to the discoverability of your video. If you have a popular video with fantastic content, YouTube should, and I'm going to say should because obviously I don't know the complete inner workings of YouTube, it should still be shared and the algorithm should still treat that video as well as a monetized video. So to answer that. After 20th of February, I will also lose partnership, but if we are allowed to grow, it's not a problem. So yeah, I think that's, to answer your question, YouTube will still treat your content the same as it has done before, irrespective of monetization. So if you do good work, YouTube will reward it for you. Dank Thug, the worst thing is that your videos, oh, it's just disappeared off screen. Do you want to copy and paste that? I won't be able to read that. A Mango FX, Rob, I don't have any ideas for videos. Should I quit? No, there's always ideas for videos. Spend half an hour brainstorming ideas or thought showering ideas for your videos. Dedicate some time to that. If you tell me what your channel's about, I can probably come up with, yeah, that's a challenge. You tell me what your channel's about, and I'll come up with 3 video ideas in 2 minutes. I almost guarantee it. Tell me what your channel's about. Try and be as specific as possible, and I'll try and give you 3 video ideas. So don't quit. Just think of some ideas and just make those videos straight away. What else have we got? Amanda's allotment. I gained 150 subs in my niche. Fantastic. I'm sorry that just went off screen, so I couldn't read it. If you treat your content the same, YouTube wants your channel to grow because that means more money for YouTube in the long run once your channel gets big and starts earning. Excellent. Freaking waffle time. Brilliant channel name and a brilliant comment. Yes, YouTube doesn't want to punish anyone. It's not in their interest. Obviously, they want to take down the bad actors, as they call it. But why would YouTube want to punish anybody for their content? It's not in their best interests. When your content isn't monetized, YouTube doesn't earn anything from it because I think it's a 55-45 split from revenue, not including MCNs. So if you're not making any money, neither is YouTube unless you are using different ad revenue streams. Mr. All, is it always important to create unique content? It's just important to create content that adds value and serves your audience. It can be very similar to other people's content, but if you shape it into your own style and your own voice, your own tone, and people react well to it, then yeah. I mean, we here at vidIQ, we're competing against other YouTube influencers, and we do some of the same content, but if you watch any of my videos, you'll see that I do it in my own style. I try and add a bit of humor. I use a green screen. I use certain graphics. It's all a case of execution, which video is better. So there we are. What else? Chris FS Rise, is Freedom a good network? I couldn't honestly tell you about any networks here on vidIQ, in fact, except for a couple that we support, which I think is Studio 71 and Scale Lab, where you do get some vidIQ features with them, but I'm not going to recommend you necessarily join a particular MCM here. Just do your research, and I would say when an MCM, wait for the MCMs to contact you, and make sure they're contacting you in a personal way, not just a copy and pasted attempt to get you interested. You want to get back to them and say, why should I join your network? What's in it for me? How can I benefit from this? And hopefully they should give you a unique answer about your channel, because that's one of the things I hate about MCMs, when they just send copy and pasted messages to you. They've probably just checked your subscriber count and view count and just copy and pasted an email. So make sure that they're aware of your content. I hope I haven't missed that person who was going to tell me about their channel. I was going to try and come up with some ideas. Joe Tech, you have to run. Where are you running to? But anyway, a goodbye there. Does better a camera affect SEO? No, it has no difference. You could use any camera you want if you just use it in a good way. You take interesting shots with the framing and you edit it. That's more important. It's the metadata, it's tags, titles, and descriptions that affect SEO. Kids versus dad, 1,000 subs times 20 minutes equals 20,000 minutes of watch time a month. Have you used that from my tweet earlier on in the week, which was also used from somebody's comment? No, sorry. Going back, I stole this statistic from you, didn't I? That's absolutely right. Yeah, to meet the YouTube monetization, if you think of 4,000 hours may sound daunting, but if you look at it from another point of view, that's 1,000 subscribers watching 20 minutes of your videos a month. Or can we divide it into days? 20 minutes, you're looking at about 40 seconds of your content a day for each viewer. That makes it sound very possible. Now, of course, we have to assume that not every single video is going to be watched by your 1,000 subscribers, but you're also going to get views from outside of your subscribers as well. What are your vidIQ goals for 2018? I haven't really thought about that. Just to make better content and serve you as an audience. Personally speaking, I think I'd like to get us to maybe 200,000 subscribers and increase the watch time on our videos by, let's say, 100% year on year. That would be good. Some random ones that I've just come up with. What else have we got? Casey Neistat didn't monetize his videos until he was at 10 million views. Yeah. Now I'm sure he's making a lot of money from his monetization of videos. Extra Sessions Media says it's all about tags for us. We have to use external links to promote mixes on SoundCloud and Mixcloud. I've seen people go viral with no SEO whatsoever. That is true. But the question here is... would you rather have a potential marginal gain of 2 or 3% with that metadata, or just hope you go viral with a 1 in a million shot? That's the answer to that question. SEO is all about long-term growth. It's reinforcing and repeating the same things over and over again in YouTube's algorithm so that they can better connect your videos to other content of a similar nature. So by all means, try it without metadata, but you're going to have to make a viral video. Can you do that? I don't know where that user's gone, so not sure if I can help him with those video ideas. The social trends, it's 119 here, but I just wanted to watch a stream. Dedication to you. Thank you, sir. Kitchen confidence, improving your odds are better than settling with what better than settling for what you have as is. Absolutely. Kids versus dad, going viral is like winning a lottery. SAO, I like yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure what you mean by the second part there. Top 10 RJTV, as having had enough, he's going to sleep. It is midnight there, so I do accept that. And sleep tight, don't have nightmares. Bino Mob, what about video games channel? What's the question? I'm not sure what you're asking there. What about video games? It's a very saturated market, absolutely. My advice would be, if you're really passionate about one game, a really popular trending game at the moment, find a niche within that game, whatever it is, and try and focus on that. Really keep an eye on which videos are doing better in your channel analytics, and then if you have a half decent video, double down on that and concentrate on as much on that niche topic as possible. I'm gonna have to address this question from Tom Tech. VGJ coming back soon. That's my other tech channel that I have, and maybe I'll do an update this weekend, but it's all vidIQ here. I'm super pumped and very busy on vidIQ stuff these days. Okay, you know what I think it's time for? We're 50 minutes into this stream, and I think it's time for a couple of channel audits. And everybody starts going, woohoo! This is what I've been waiting for the last 50 minutes. I want some channel audits. Now, the first thing I'll do is, I think it's Nitro Art. If you're still here, let me know. And if you are, I will audit your channel because you did ask me outside of the live stream, and I'm happy to do that. And it might be an interesting one to look at. But I need to know that you're still here. Nitro Art, you are still here, right? So bear with me, folks. We need to bring up his channel. And I would like your input on this one here. What you think might be going right and wrong. I just need to find the channel here. There we are. Okay, I think I've found it. Should be able to switch back there. You can see that on screen now. And I've turned off my webcam, so hopefully this is going to be a lot faster this time. Okay, so quick check. You have a channel banner with a car with some mods on it. So we have an understanding of your content, that it must be something to do with souped up cars. I have no idea of this genre, by the way, so I do apologize if I'm sounding a little naive here. Couple of problems here. There's nothing to really tell us about what the channel's specifically about. Is it just about these souped up cars? We maybe need a little more information now there. The channel name, Nitro Arts Video, that really doesn't... I don't understand what your channel's about from that channel name, so I think you really need to work on the channel name. Because I can get an idea from the channel banner picture, but that's it. So think of a channel name, I think. Nitroart.com, is that your channel name? I think it needs a bit more branding. Here we have a scantily clad lady. Are you being a bit clickbaity there to try and get people to click on your videos? I'm not sure what your channel's about, and I think that needs some work, to be honest. 17,000 subscribers there. We've got some quite a lot of subscribers. We'll check your channel views. So you've got 12 million channel views, which is very good for a channel of your size, and been around for 10 years. So nitroart.com, capturing some of the fastest drag racing on video and photos. All heads up and grunge drag racing. Okay, so I think you need to sell that a bit more in your channel banner. Try and encapsulate these 30 words into two things, such as who is this for and why. So those would be the first things I would do, and I think just think of a better channel name, in my humble opinion. We'll just go back to, before we look there, we'll go look at your channel page. So you have a classic situation here. You have a classic situation here of not really working on your playlists. You just have recent uploads and popular uploads. And that always says to me that you've not really considered what you should have on your channel page. Think about putting the videos that best represent your channel. Maybe you want to think about a channel trailer as well. I'm not sure what it's showing here. I kind of understand here that nitroartvideo.com is probably your website and you're selling products there. But does it need to be so much in your face as the channel name? That's maybe what I'm thinking of there. Right, so yeah, we need some better playlists here. Something that says, welcome to my channel, here's what we do here, or this is what we're talking about. Maybe it's a channel trailer, best compilations one. And another thing about your videos here, and this is where I had a little look before we started the live stream. If you look at all of these videos, the length of time, the thumbnail, and the text on the thumbnails, I'm thinking here, okay, I've seen one video, but are all the other videos very much the same? Are you just showing the same thing over and over again? They're all 3 minutes. They're all, all roughly about 2 or 3 minutes. And they all look as if they're the same content. Now, there's nothing wrong with that in one sense. If you're being really successful with the same content, that's fine. But my thought here is, you're saying that your channel's seeing a massive downturn in views, and is it because you're just trying the same thing over and over again and expecting it to work? Because that's what it kind of looks like here. You post a lot of videos, so subscription boxes are going to be full of your videos, and it's, for me, who's a complete layman, has no idea on this genre, I can't distinguish one video from another. If we look at your most popular ones, there's a bit of diversity here. Best of. So you've got compilation videos tend to do very well. Hold my beer and watch this. Now that's an interesting title to a video. I think that draws in the viewer from the title. It draws in the viewer from the title. The thumbnail probably needs a bit more. But there's one here. This is a brilliant example of a video that you should be doing. Best of 2015 Wild Races, so a compilation. It concludes the year, and that thumbnail is so enticing with a car flying through the air. Yeah, that makes me want to click on that one. And all of these ones here seem to have compilations. Look like there's a lot of them are longer videos as well. And these were all like 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 years ago. So you were doing something different here, and it was working more on your channel. I think you maybe need to think about this. Also notice something else here. All of the thumbnails don't have any text in, because I think your text is interfering with your thumbnails. Like this is a nice clean one. You can get a good image of what the car's doing. This, as I said, is a perfectly brilliant one. So when you have the car just in there by itself, or some sort of action picture, I personally think it's a lot better than your recent thumbnails, which the text just is too dominating, and a lot of the times it's just repeating what's on your thumbnail. So I hope I'm not giving you too much criticism there on... I hope it's constructive criticism there. Looking at your tags, let's see. Yeah, another thing here is that your tags all tend to be single or double words, so they're short keywords. You might want to think about long tail keywords, because nothing here is ranking apart from your channel name. So you might want to think of Silver Dollar Motorsports as a tag by itself. Grunge Racing test hits or Shakedown test hits. So maybe just do like 4 or 5 word ones, keywords. Maybe that will help you. So yeah, and just one thing, your channel is growing a little bit at the moment, but I see what you mean. Your sub count has plummeted, and I think maybe it's just the strategies you were using in the past aren't working anymore. Maybe there are other channels who are a bit more, who have come into your space, who are a bit more savvy and sophisticated with the way they're producing their content. So I think maybe just need to add a few of, look at some videos, some competitors, and see how they're covering the space, and maybe that will help you. So I'd love to hear your views on what I've just said there. I hope I haven't been too critical, but it did sound like you were getting quite frustrated in the fact that your sub counts are really low and you've been struggling a lot. And of course, there'll be some people looking at this channel saying, I wish I could get 17,000 subscribers and 10 million views. But yeah, I hope that's not too, I hope that's critical in a positive way, and you can look at that and take those things on board. And yeah, I hope that helps you. It is also the off session for me. The videos are just fillers. Okay. So I think if it's the off season, now you should be thinking about doing some more compilation videos, because those seem to do really well previously. So you have time. And I think if you're just filling, they're obviously not performing very well. So maybe you're just spending time on videos that just aren't going to produce a big thing. Yeah, somebody's telling me they've done a super chat. I'll try and look back at the super chats, because they don't always show up on a live stream. So yeah, Dustin, maybe save your super chats for when I'm on screen and I can see the live chat. So there we are. That's a channel audit for you. I hope you found it useful, Nitro Art video. And yeah, good luck in your future endeavors. Okay, we're over an hour, but I'm not going to stop here. I really should do at least one other channel audit. But as I say, maybe next week or the week after, we'll start doing dedicated live streams on channel audits. So the next one I'm going to do is, let's see, Outlaws Generation. You sent me an email as well. So yes, I think you should be the next person to get a channel audit. I think I'm on the right channel here. Yeah, okay, so let's audit your channel now. There we go. Outlaws Generation. Let's see what you are first of all. Relatively new channel, so not been up for that long. 80,000 views, 2,000 subscribers, so you meet all the monetization requirements, which is good. Let's go back to your home page. Subscribe to Outlaws Generation, so you do have some sort of channel trailer, which is good. You might want to maybe change that to a specific trailer rather than a plea for subscription. I think that maybe sounds a little too sales money as a trailer. Kind of have a good trailer and then include subscribe at the end, maybe. I like that you've got the subscribe button watermark there. That's always recommended. And I'm recommending that in a video that's coming out on Monday, which is good. I do remember a bit about this channel. I have looked a little bit. Here's probably the problem I would have with your channel. When you're a small channel, you want to think about a specific niche and really target that niche and try and dominate it. But your channel is about food reviews, anime and movie reviews, video game, sports, pro wrestling, podcasts, and like as a person coming into this channel with the video background and stuff, let me just give you my reaction as somebody trying to subscribe to your channel. It would be like, there's too much there. I don't know what this channel's really about. I might like one of your videos, but then the next video might be on something that's I'm just have no interest in whatsoever. So I think you really need to decide on a particular niche, like what you're most passionate about in all of these subjects, and maybe focus on that a little more. Your channel is good that you do post on your banner that you post on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so we know the schedule there. But maybe you want to say that you're going to post wrestling videos on Monday and anime on Tuesday if you want to stay with these topics. And yeah, I would say you might want to clean up the channel banner a bit. It's cluttered, and there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of different contrasting colors, and it's like I don't know where to look first on your channel banner. But you do have a channel banner, which is of course good. Looks like you've got some merchandise going on here as well already. So enterprise and stuff there. Now I'm going to scroll down and let's have a look at the playlist. Is it going to be most popular and recent? No. There is popular uploads to begin with, but then we have dedicated playlists such as your food reviews and video game adventure parodies. So I do like the fact that you've thought about the podcast, the playlist that you want to include there. But as usual, try and include one which represents your channel best. And again, that might be difficult because you've got so many strands to your channel. Video-wise, let's have a look. So let's just go through your most recent videos. Skittle Sweet Heat Food, so something about food, I presume. That's done really well. That's interesting. That was a podcast. Why did that go so well? Take a look at that, maybe double down on it. Royal Rumble, hardly any views. Tsunami, 458 views. Slush Puppy Squeeze Candy review, hardly any views. Angry Jaguars fan reaction, 4,000 views. So maybe football is a big topic you want to focus on. Tekken 7, is that a live stream? So can you see here, we've jumped between about 4 or 5 different topics. Videos are performing a lot better than others, and it feels like what you might be doing is hitting trending topics, which is brilliant, good, but you're not bringing in an audience as such who are going to stick around. It's difficult because I can clearly see that you're passionate about the videos that you're making, and you're making a lot of videos. But does there need to be more focus on what you're doing? Let's have a look at the most popular one here recently.
This is Eric Cappy.
Okay, so you have produced a controversial one, it looks like here. 14 likes and 57 dislikes. So that's interesting to note. Let's see what else we can pick up here. So your tags are always going to be changing because you're talking about very different things in every single video. And I think this just sums up how your channel is that you may occasionally hit good topics with good videos and trending topics, but at the same time, you're just not building an audience. Nobody's sticking around. And this might be a problem here, that you're producing content that the audience doesn't like as such. I know it looks to be relatively good elsewhere. Let's just have a look at what your most popular video is. So your most popular video, you see here again, we had a video about Royal Rumble which got 48 views, and then 2 months ago you have a video about a video game which got 6,000 views. And then you have one here about Burger King, which has got 11,000 views. So the channel is just all over the place. And I think maybe long term you want to think about which audience you want to develop and keep, as opposed to which video is just going to get the most quick views. But there's definitely some positive stuff there. I mean, I don't think I had... 70,000 views and 3,000 subscribers after 10 months of video making. So I think there's a lot of positives there as well. I know I've focused a lot on what improvements and to be done there, but there's a lot of positive things going on there, and that you definitely are confident in front of camera. You're working on different aspects of different contents, but maybe just think about what do you get the best responses, what topics get the best responses, the most views on a long-term scale. And maybe for the next month, put your videos into categories so that you can quickly assess which videos are performing the best. And that's it. I think that's a fairly decent channel audit there. I hope again, Outlaws Generation. You're saying you started back in June of 2017, so you've not even been going for 9 months, just over 6 months. So that's even better that you've managed to hit that. I think that's really good. So as I say, as always, take this feedback on board constructively, and I hope your channel continues to grow and you can still continue to have a passion for what you're doing. Good luck there. All right, we've been on for 1 hour and 10 minutes. You've got an extra 10 minutes out of the live stream here. I hope you do enjoy these live streams, and you want me to do more. Any feedback is always very greatly received, and I hope that with every live stream that you're watching here, I'm improving aspects of it here and there, and I hope that can reflect in your own work. If you think about doing something for the first time, do it. If it's a disaster, well, next time it may be a bad piece of work. The next time you do it, it was mediocre. The next time you do it, it was good. The next time you're really proud of it, and then at the end of it, you're elated at the work and you're very skilled at what you're doing. And this is kind of what I'm doing with the live streams here. So let's say our goodbyes. The MVP, so the most valuable poster of this live stream, I'm going to give it to Kitchen Confidence. Every time I was looking at the live stream, Kitchen Confidence was posting some fantastic stuff and really contributing to the chat, so I really do appreciate your input there. One more thing I'm going to try and do just before we say goodbye is pick up that super chat from Dustin, if it still exists, because I'd really hate to think I didn't pick up a super chat after somebody had posted one there. See if it comes up. Here we are. We've got one more super chat from West Bosnia, who asked, "Channel review, please. You may be surprised." Well, since you've done a super chat, I'm not sure how I couldn't do a channel review. So we're now going into bonus extra added time to do this. So yeah, you're on. We'll do a quick channel audit of yours. I really do appreciate the super chat. I didn't see the one from Dustin Vang. If you were telling me that one came from you, it's not come through, so I do apologize. And somebody else has done a super chat now, so thank you. Let me just say, in this live stream, please don't do any more super chats because I do have to go, so you may be wasting your super chat. But I am going to try and quickly squeeze in this one from West Bosnia. Let's get you on screen now, sir. There we are. So here we are, West Bosnia. 1,500 subscribers with 100,000 views. You've been around since 2010. I must say I do approve of this video here, saying thank you guys, and what I found on the community playlist. Yeah, so another thing that I try and do is I'm always on the lookout for vidIQ videos posted on YouTube, and I'll try and add them to our playlist. So absolutely thank you. You don't necessarily have to do that as a channel trailer though. As much as I appreciate that, I'm not sure how much it appeals to your audience. So yeah, you might want to think about changing that. But yeah, it is very greatly received. Let's see then, channel banner. So YouTube video tips and tricks. How to grow your audience and channel. Okay, I would say that maybe that tagline is a little generic. You may want to snazz it up a bit. If you think about other messages in our YouTube space, like Tim Schmoyers is something along the lines of helping spread. I can't remember exactly what it is now. It's something to do with grow your channel, spread your message, and ours is more views, less time. So maybe think about upgrading the message a little bit. We have the recent uploads as your first playlist. Again, try and change that to something that better reflects your channel and exactly what your channel's about. It's quite clear to see that, but maybe worth doing. How to grow your channel and audience as a playlist. Good. So we've got some very playlists. I have no idea who this person is. Need to get rid of him. But he is added to a playlist. So that's good. So there's a lot. You have spent some time working on your channel page, which is good. Let's have a look at your videos in general now. So they are similar to the vidIQ ones in the sense that you've got yourself in certain poses, pointing and looking moody in some. One thing I will say is that you may need to think about a bit of consistency in your colours. We've got blacks, we've got reds, we've got blues, we've got Christmas light trees here, light blue. I can see that you've got your channel branding in the corner, which is good. But you might just want to think a bit more about some of your thumbnails. This one, for example, is it too late to start a YouTube channel? I can hardly see you in the thumbnail because you're wearing a black shirt and the color of you is very dark versus a dark background. And the title says everything. Is it too late to start a YouTube channel? So you don't need to necessarily include everything in your titles. That's something I'm playing around with a little bit at the moment. I was playing around with no titles in my thumbnails. Now I've decided to add maybe 1 or 2 words, but not the whole title in my thumbnails. What's that? Thumbnails. So yes, still a little bit of experimentation going on there. So yeah, I think there just needs to be a bit more consistency in like a color scheme maybe for your videos. Let's see though, you posting on a regular basis, which is good. It looks like you've got a fairly consistent view count. So it looks like your audience is coming back and watching your videos, which is good. Your titles are in capitals. I think that's a taste thing. Some might feel that's a bit clickbaity, but at the same time, it does stand out as a title. They're all relatively short, which is good as well, so they're not going to get cut off. Like this is one where the title does get cut off. The questions are in the blur, but that's an exception. Generally good. Let's have a look at your most popular ones. Okay, it looks like your channel maybe did something else previously, so I can't really work off of any of those videos. It looks like you've done a channel shift, so that now you're definitely focusing your channel on helping people with their YouTube channels. So it looks as if you're still in the infancy of this type of work, but we will have a look at the most popular YouTubey one here and see what we can find out. So you're using some good keywords there. Maybe want to add a few more. You have a lot of long tail keywords, but you might want to mix it up with a few shorter ones as well, like get more views, get more views on YouTube, because it's good that you're using the longer tail keywords, but you maybe want to use a couple of shorter ones as well. It looks as if you're in. So here's an interesting question for you, West Bosnia. Your content is in English, but obviously you are from Bosnia. Is there an opportunity here to target your country's YouTube community and be one of the leaders in that area? Because you're contending with the likes of us, obviously, Daryl Eves, Tim Schmeier already well established. But I'll tell you one thing, they won't be able to speak whatever the language there is in Bosnia. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to offend you by even trying to suggest what language it is there. But yes, it may be a much more niche community, but is there anybody else working in that community at the moment? And you may have an opportunity there to capitalize on that. Other good things there, you've got very high like to dislike ratio and a high like rate versus your views. And you have a lot of comments here. 176 comments for a video of only 500 views. That is very impressive work. So you have what looks to be a dedicated audience as well. So I think there's a lot of positive things going on there. I think the main feedback I would give you is to just try and work on more enticing thumbnails to get people into your videos more. It's something I'm definitely working on, and we've got an interview with somebody who's almost made his channel about thumbnails as well as other stuff. So you might want to watch that interview with him to get some tips and tricks about improving your thumbnails. But yeah, I think there's good stuff going on there, and I think you just need people clicking on more of your videos. So there we are. And that's another live stream done. So yeah, absolutely, Extra Sessions Media is telling you that you run a dual language channel, and it might be worth trying to do that. And no one watches your videos in Bosnia, so it sounds like you have maybe tried that before. I know very little about the YouTube community in Bosnia, but it's just maybe something to think about. You have like a unique skill set there. It's just a case of you need that unique skill set in the short term. Okay, right. We've gone 20 minutes over here. You've really got more out of me than I possibly humanly thought possible. But there we are. I just want to say to Slime Glue ASMR, thank you for the super chat. Yaz Honey, don't know what that means particularly, but you're more than welcome. So thank you very much for joining this live stream. I do appreciate it. Thank you for those of you who've been here from start to finish. Dustin Vang, Extra Sessions Media, my moderators there, very much appreciated. And thank you all for contributing to the channel audits. If you have done, maybe I didn't necessarily see the chat, but obviously I'm sure you were sharing chat, which really helps. And yeah, I think almost definitely now that I've fixed the issue with slow loading times on the browser, we'll be doing a lot more of these channel audits, probably starting next week. So keep your eyes peeled. And yeah, nothing else to say other than thank you very much. I really do appreciate it whenever you join a live stream. It means a lot to me. It's very humbling that you guys have spent an hour and a half chatting on a week, on the day before the weekend, where you could be chilling, watching TV, or having a meal, or whatever, spending time with friends. You've decided to spend it here with me on YouTube, and I do truly appreciate that. And I will say goodbye, but I will let you all, of course, say your goodbyes. So bye to Alex the Lion there. Shifting Gear, thank you very much. The Doberman Guy, you're absolutely welcome as well, thank you. Plain Apple 287, I've got to read that very carefully every time because I want to say pineapple. Goodbye to you. Bye-bye, Dustin Vang, thank you very much for moderating again. Social Trends, thank you to you. Can anybody remember my goodbye tagline yet? If you do, then you'll get an extra thumbs up as we're saying goodbye. Rob is a jet flying, profiling, auditing champion of the world. Or something like that. Thank you very much. And as feedback, I want to improve the way I audit your channels. I need to do a checklist of the things that I want to look at because I'm just sort of looking at them on the fly at the moment. But I want to nail that down as well. Bye-bye to a Dank Thug. Have a good weekend to you. Hit the like button, of course. That's something I forget to ask people to do. And I also forgot to ask you all to share the link on the live stream at the beginning of the video. So that's something else I need to remember. JJR Survival. Enjoy your video making day. Yes, if Kitchen Confidence wasn't already the MVP, you would be because you remembered my tagline. The dad police are coming, so I'm going to run away very quickly. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, And I'll see you all again next week for the Friday Hangout. Bye for now.